Oh God.
Hey guys, it's your favorite celebrity stylist, fashion designer, and youth mentor from the Caribbean, RisyStyle. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this creative space, we are going on an adventure. Look out for my fun do-it-yourself fashion projects, behind the scenes of my crazy island styling adventures, and lots of insight into the carnival costume design world. Are you ready? Buckle up and subscribe. Welcome to another episode of Style by Style We Stand with me, RisyStyle. Today is all about upcycling. I am super excited. This upcycling episode is going to rock your world. The first thing we're going to start with, as usual, is our affirmation. Today's affirmation is all about reaching for the stars. It's all about overcoming. It's all about healing from trauma, because we all have trauma. And today's affirmation is, I can overcome anything. Say it with me. I can overcome anything. Overcoming anything is a challenge. It's much easier to say than to do. We have trauma from childhood. We have trauma from having Caribbean parents. Those of you who know, right? We have trauma from all kind of crazy and negative and bad things that have happened to us in our past. But I'm here to remind you that you don't have to live a traumatic life because bad things have happened to you. You can choose to access help. You can choose to overcome. You can choose to renew yourself. It's also super important to remember that you are not alone in the world. You're not alone in all of this. There are many other persons who have suffered similar traumas, but seeking help is one of the best things that you can do for yourself. Finding that someone to talk to. There are many counselors, there are many psychiatrists and people to talk to. We tend to think that mental illness and all of these things, that's when you need a psychiatrist. When you're crazy and you're walking on the road, that's when you need help. Sometimes you need help. You need somebody to talk to, external from family, external from friends, right? Sometimes a stranger can listen to you in a way that nobody else can. Yeah? So definitely seek help, acknowledge that you need it, and really try to get it all out, because it really helps to move past the trauma and to create a whole new adventure in this one life that we have to live. As you can see, today's set is all about texture and random fringe. So today's episode is all about upcycling a very boring cardigan and turning it into a fringe / shaggy multicolored jacket. Yes, you heard me right. A shaggy multicolored jacket. I enjoyed making this so much, and I hope it inspires you to also create, because guys, these hands can take you from 1 to a million.
It was supposed to be 0 to 100, really quick.
It's absolutely incredible. Please do this exercise with me. You'll definitely end up with a wonderful multicolored jacket that you can wear to a fabulous event. But upcycling any piece is always a good idea to add a whole new vibe to your wardrobe. Cost efficient and gives us the when we walk into a room. So the first thing that you're going to need for this wonderful experiment is a cardigan. Now, a lot of people have cardigans. A lot of people wear cardigans to work. A solid color cardigan is the best thing that you can use. I use the cardigan because it's slightly stretched
and the sleeves have some stretch in them. Now, some people use jackets and other things like that, but anything with stretch is definitely the #1 go-to for this upcycling experiment. The second thing that you're going to need is some yarn. Now, yarn is super affordable everywhere in the world, so you have no excuse. Save your coins like me and go to a fabric store and get you some yarn. Yarn, it comes in a wide range of colors. You can decide. Now, to do this jacket, you can use up to 4 or 5 colors. Do not go above that because it'll be super rainbow unless that's the intention, right? You can use 3 colors minimum and up to 5 colors maximum. Now that we have our yarn and our fabulous cardigan, we are going to cut a 20-inch or 30-inch, depending on how much you need, string from the yarn, and this is going to be a base piece, darling. The next step would require you to cut even shorter pieces, which would probably be like about 10 inches, 12 inches, 8 inches, dependent on the length of fringe that you want, and you'll be applying it onto the long strip. So this is what you'll be creating. So you can double up. You can use 3 strips, 4 strips, 2 strips. It depends on how thick and how full you want your jacket, and you're basically wrapping and knotting the shorter pieces onto the super long piece. Right? And this is what you're doing. So you're filling out the entire strip in each color. This is how you prep before you begin to fill out your cardigan. So now that you have your cardigan, you have your yards and yards of this all done up, ready to go with all the different colors that you really want in your fringe fabulous cardigan. Now we're ready to apply this very light material onto your cardigan. Now there are 2 methods you can use. One method is the stick method and the other method is the stitch method. Now I strongly recommend the stick method because this material is super light. You can use either a glue gun or you can use fabric glue, which ensures that it launders really well to apply it. Much easier process. So now you're ready to go, right? You can apply these strips in a line, straight lines coming all the way up your jacket, 1 inch apart, 2 inches apart. Again, it depends on how full, how much zhuzh, and how much impact you want. I'm very over the top, as everyone knows, and as you can see, darling. So I did a lot of rows, and then after I was done, I even went back and I filled in some gaps. When I found it was a little too thin, I needed things much more full. So it all depends on how you want it. It's all about your style. I'm just guiding you towards this extra piece. So my fringe shaggy jacket. So as you can see, I went color crazy, guys. It was all about colors for me. I started off with some black as my base. I went straight into pink, then into orange, then into green, then into purple. Then I ended with this white, which I think really sealed the deal for me, you know. So remember that you can use 3 colors minimum, and you can use up to, well, as you can see, I kind of went overboard and I used like 6 colors. I just really wanted to show you guys the sleeves and everything. I really wanted to show you guys how mine came out. So now is my favorite part. I am going to style this shaggy jacket and show you guys how fabulous it can be. Yes.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead while I was passing by. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I like your style.
So guys, don't be sad, but we've come to the end of another episode of Style by Style We Stand. Today was all about upcycling. As usual, we're going to get into a summary of everything that we discussed here today. The first thing that we went right into was our fringe, shaggy, magical upcycling cardigan, right? So then we went straight into step by step on how to create this
fringe shaggy cardigan. We discussed different color yarns. We went through a technique. By now, you should have inspiration to do your fringe shaggy magical multicolored jacket. Now we're going to close with our affirmation, which is the same thing we always begin with. I hope you guys remember. Today's affirmation was all about overcoming. Say it with me. I can overcome anything, no matter the obstacle. I can overcome anything, no matter the fight. I can overcome anything.
Say, move for me, move for me, move for me.